So this is about using Excel to find measures of center. So we have three different examples here. In this first one, an athlete has done the long jump repeatedly, and we want to find out typically how far do they jump. And so that's a job for the median. Go halfway between the two numbers in the middle. The way you do that in Excel is you type equals to start a formula. And then you can say MED-IAN. Actually, when you start typing, Excel puts up a little prompt where you can click on that, and it'll finish typing for you. And then you select the numbers that you're trying to find the median of. So these are 4 values of the variable for 4 different individual jumps. So I say equals, and I get 16. Now, one thing Excel does not know are standards for how many digits to report. It doesn't really know how accurate these numbers were, but since they were displayed showing only a whole number of feet, they're accurate, we'll assume, to the nearest whole number. When you report the sample statistics, the median or the mean, and some other things we'll learn about later, you add 1 extra digit. So I'm going to change the display to show just the 1 extra digit. And I should always include the units of measurement whenever I report any kind of number. So that's feet. And just to go ahead and show you a slightly more general function that's available, the median is also known as the second quartile. And there's a quartile function, this quartile.inc. We select the data, comma, and you say you want the second quartile. Now the quartile divides a big list of data up into 4 equal groups. And so like the first quartile would be the boundary, the edge between the bottom 25% of the sample and the remaining top 75%, that boundary right in between the two guys on the edge. That would be like the first quartile at the 25th percentile, and then second quartile is at the 50th percentile, where 50% of the individuals are below the second quartile. So that's the same as the median. Half of the individuals are below the median. So you can use this quartile function and put in a 2 to indicate the second quartile, and say enter, and it'll do the same thing. And then once again, it doesn't know what to do about the formatting. I can copy and paste formatting. I'm going to come up here to this format painter. I just click on the little paintbrush and then click down here, and it'll apply the same formatting. And again, the units of measurement are feet. Now for the mean, you would think that Excel would use the word mean, but no, it uses average. So I just started typing AV, and then it puts up the guesses. I want the average of these numbers. That's the mean. I'll say enter. And the units of measurement this time were percentages on a test. So the units were percents. When you make these tables of data, you should always have a title and the name of the variable and the letter for the variable and the units of measurement. We're using this letter I here as an index. That's not the variable, it's just jump number 1, jump number 2, jump number 3. We're indexing the individuals. You can think that I stands for individual. There were 4 individual jumps in our data set. And for each individual, we measured this variable, the score. Okay. Oh, and once again, with the mean, I need that 1 extra digit of accuracy beyond whatever appeared in the original list of data. Now, with a qualitative, or what you call categorical variable, like people's favorite colors, for each person, you ask them, what's your favorite color? So each individual here is a person. I guess I said a student. Each individual is a student. And for student number 1, their favorite color was red. I've coded that as color number 1. And so this is not really a numerical variable. It's not 1 of anything or 3 of anything. It's just a code for the name of the category. And it wouldn't make sense to average these to find what's the average color. You can't. Averages, and medians only work with quantitative data. So what we're going to do as a measure of center here is we're just going to try to find out which color was the most popular. And so the one that came up the most often, see the green, there were 4 greens. 4 people said green was their favorite color. So that was the most popular one. And that's what you call the mode. And if you can do it just visually here, you just look and see which is most popular. But with a big list, it would not be practical to look, and Excel can help with that. So equals, type mode, and then select the numbers, and it tells you that 2 was the most popular value of the variable. That's our code for green. So the mode equals 2, representing the color green. And that's all for using Excel to find measures of center.